to charge your phone. Yo, yo, man. If you guys knew what I had to go through in order to get this stream popping today, um, you'd be very proud of me. Let's just put it like that. You'd be very proud of me. But yeah. Looks like everything is a go. Hopefully we get some people to trickle in and hang out with us tonight as we get ready to watch Daredevil Born Again. Man, I can't believe how excited I am about this. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. And the MCU needs a good bounce back. And I think that this show is gonna be it. This is gonna kick off the rebound, the bounce back for Daredevil and for Marvel. So yeah, if you're watching right now, welcome. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If this is your first time on the channel, what's up? I am JD. And I would appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe button. Also drop a comment so we can show them on the screen and I can talk to you and interact, because this is no fun without like solid interaction. So let's go ahead and get that popping. I see we do have a few people watching. So yeah, what's up? Katie Joe will be joining me later. So yeah, I appreciate her for dropping a comment on here. Says can't wait to join you soon and to watch some Daredevil. Yeah, I know, man. It's gonna be good. As a little bit of a preview for what we're gonna do tonight, New Rockstars actually put out a really cool recap of everything Daredevil before this show. So we're gonna go and watch that and react to that and use that as a way of giving us a little bit of a warm-up before we get going on Daredevil Born Again. And then after the episode, after we watch it together, I will come on and recap what we saw a little bit and we can discuss a little bit and hang out. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the flow for tonight. So I'm really hoping that we get a good turnout so that we can enjoy this together. But yeah, so we have a little less than an hour now to go until Daredevil Born Again starts. So if you are in the chat, pop in, say what's up. So that I can have a few people to chat with at least while we get this going. And like I always say, if nobody's gonna hang out, I'm gonna stop the stream. So I'm expecting a decent turnout tonight. So yeah, I've been a Marvel fan for almost my 43 years on this planet. I used to read the comic books when I was younger. Daredevil actually wasn't one of my favorite characters back in the day, but he was a solid character, you know. I think that the development that the Netflix series has given him has really put him on the map. So much so that people are rumoring that he may even be in the next Avengers movie, at least to some degree. We saw him in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the Marvel animated series. He made an appearance in there, and it was Charlie Cox voicing that character. So that's throwing that into canon. So hopefully, maybe Spider-Man 4, we might get a Daredevil appearance, which would be pretty awesome too. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. Can't wait to get things going. We're gonna let everybody sort of trickle in. And then once we get a few more people watching, then we will get this party started. I know I'm up against a lot of competition tonight because it seems like everybody and their mama is streaming this, and their streams started all at the same time. So I don't think I'm gonna go tune in to any of those other channels. I'm glad that you're here to watch. So I appreciate that. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. I am getting things set up in the background. I think we got all our screens set up and ready. And yeah, I'm just going to give it a little bit of time, see if we can get some more people to trickle in and say what up. If you can hear me, please let me know. If you can't hear me, please let me know too. But yeah, it looks like everything is up and running and smooth. So yeah. But yeah, that's the plan for tonight. We got 2 episodes of Daredevil that are going to be debuting in 55 minutes, so that'll be cool. The way that I like to do these streams is that, of course, we can't show them on the stream. I cannot show the actual episode on the stream because I will get kicked off of YouTube for that. I already tried to do some things where we like had a little bit of like a blur on the screen, like all sorts of stuff, and then somebody ratted me out. So I can't even do that. I'm not even gonna risk it. I don't want to lose my channel because of that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just watch it on our screen. You can watch it on your screen. You can sync up with me and we will watch it together. So yeah, if you are watching right now, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment. Let me know if you are hyped for Daredevil Born Again tonight, because I sure am. And like I said, in a little bit, we're going to get started with our festivities for tonight. But yeah, I would love to chat with a few of you guys who are watching right now. So yeah, drop a comment. Tommy D in the building. What is up, man? What is up? Tommy D says, let's go. I see your comment on the stream. Tommy, where are you from? Where are you from? If I may ask, because it's always fun to see where we got people from and who's going to be hanging out with us tonight. So yeah, definitely hyped. Yeah, I am beyond hyped. Like I said, this is going to be a comeback for Marvel because things have kind of slightly fallen off a little bit. And I think with phase 4, things were a little bit shaky, and now this will be a new beginning. And like how they talk about how the show is called Daredevil Born Again, we are going to see the renaissance, the beginning of Marvel being born again, hopefully. And Tommy says, from Brooklyn, NYC. Awesome. So you relatively close to where Daredevil is from. Have you ever seen him before? I mean, have you seen him, walking around the alleys kicking butt or anything like that? But yeah, what aspect of the show are you most excited about right now? For me, it is getting to know the characters that we got to know a few years back, like seeing where they're at now, seeing what's changed, knowing a little bit of the spoilers that something major is supposed to happen in these first 2 episodes. So I am very excited to see what those 2 things, or what's crazy is going to happen in the episodes. I'm really excited to find out what they're going to be. I hope there aren't any deaths. I'm really hoping there aren't any deaths, because that would be a bummer. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to most of all. So yeah, Tommy, what you looking forward to tonight? And like I said, we're gonna give it a little more time before we jump into our recap. Tommy says, yes, I met Vincent briefly in Midtown. Wow. Like during filming, or did you just happen to see him like walking around at that point in time, like randomly? I don't know if he lives in New York or not, but that's pretty cool. I would imagine being in NYC, you've probably had a few brushes with celebrities from time to time. I know I'm from the Chicago area. I don't live there now. I'm a few hours away from there now, but I know that I have had a few run-ins with celebrities, mostly like athletes and stuff that I've seen from time to time. But yeah, no major like actors or actresses I've seen or anything like that. Yeah, during filming. That's what I figured. How tall is he? Is he a big dude or is he a small dude? Because he looks pretty like menacing on TV, but a lot of times you get actors and stuff and they are not nearly as big as you think they are on the screen. Oh, so he is from NYC actually. Okay, cool. You're gonna have to be the watch stuff with us plug. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're gonna be doing this every week for Daredevil Born Again. And I can't tell you how many channels that I've watched that don't interact with the fans. Like, my goal here is to give you a voice and for me to have somebody to talk to. So I cannot do this show like just sitting here talking to myself. I've done enough of those. I'm trying to get as many people as possible to check this stream out, hang out, man. Like, it's so much more fun when we get people who actually come in and interact. Like, I know it's like pulling teeth sometimes when you have to, like, when you're a new and young sort of channel. I don't think we've hit 340 subs yet. So anybody who hangs out here, you are 100% part of the family. I got like all sorts of stuff. Let me give you a little something real quick.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Yes, family, 100%. That's Vin Diesel. We're not gonna talk about Vin Diesel a whole lot today, but I like the clip because, you know, we don't really have friends around here. We got family, so welcome to the family, man. Well, I should say Tommy, and I see it's Tommy with an I. Is that like feminine Tommy, or is it masculine Tommy? I'm just need to ask before I refer to you as something you may or may not be. If you want to say, you don't have to. You don't really have to. And it says we're around the same height. I'm 6'3". He's about 6'4". Okay, yeah, I'm 6'3" as well. So wow, yeah, I didn't know he was that big. I know Charlie Cox is not that tall, so I'm assuming Charlie Cox is probably like 5'10", 5'11", if that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, masculine. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Just making sure you never know these days. But yeah, big shout out to you for hanging out in the chat with us right now. We are going to be jumping into a recap of the first 3 seasons of Daredevil, and your comments are welcome. During that time, I will stop the video and sort of chat while we are watching it. Big shout out to everybody at New Rockstars, because they give me a ton of material to react to and to use as a jumping off point for the conversations that we have. Big shout out to my wife Katie, who will be on the show later tonight. She is at work right now, so yeah, it'll be cool to have another big Daredevil fan on the show. You can see I got the pink mic all ready for her over here. So yeah, that'll be cool. All right, all good, cool. So yeah, we are going to jump into the Daredevil seasons 1, 2, and 3 from Netflix recap. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty interesting. Let me switch my screens up real quick. All right. So yeah, let me move my chat around a little bit. Just so I can make sure that's still on the screen. Want to make sure we get all that. Actually, I'm gonna keep it down here, but I'm just gonna put it on top of everything else. There we go. Tommy says, I just want to see if Daredevil got blipped or not. Yeah, that's a good question. I think they alluded that, at least something that I saw, that Kingpin actually got blipped. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see like what actually happened with that, and who got blipped. Did Karen Page get blipped? Did Foggy get blipped? Like, yeah, who in his life got blipped? Where were they at? Or where did they return to once they were once the blip was over with? So yeah, it'll be interesting. But like I said, we're going to jump into a recap of Daredevil the Netflix series real quick. I don't know why I'm messing up all my words today. Like this is the first time I've done this. This is not the first time. This is about the 4,000th time I've done this. So but yeah, only got 330 something subscribers. You need to make a difference. Change. Make me different. Go and subscribe to the channel. We need it. I'm not begging, but I am. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, and we will watch some of this recap real quick. I'm on make that a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's kick this off then.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and this is a complete recap.
Can you hear the
of
audio
you need to
from
know
the
going
video?
into Daredevil Born Again. This is a breakdown of the full
If you
historical
can't, let me
timeline
know.
of like 11 titles across Netflix and Disney Plus. Every freaking time Daredevil, Matt Murdock, and Kingpin Wilson Fisk drop out of the sky or resurrect with an eye patch, the long journey this upcoming season.
Okay, before we even get going, before we really get into this, the Daredevil appearance on She-Hulk does not count. She-Hulk is not. She-Hulk isn't canon. I don't care what they say. Echo could be canon, but She-Hulk, especially his in the yellow suit. Like, I'm not feeling the gold, like, yellow suit Daredevil either. Like, we got to do something better than that. I'm hoping that somehow they're able to bring She-Hulk back and make her like actually cool again, because the series that we saw, maybe it was your cup of tea. It was not my cup of tea. It wasn't my thing. It wasn't my jam. I wasn't feeling it. It was a little too twerky for me. So yeah, I wasn't feeling it. Okay. But yeah, let's see what Tommy said. Each interview Charlie did, he plays coy because everyone assumes he survived the blip since he appeared in Echo. I say he did not. I could be wrong. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I assumed that he did, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he was off the scene, and that was something that made him stop being Daredevil. Because I know that that's one of the big plots of the beginning of the show, is that he has pretty much stopped being Daredevil for a while. I know there was some big event that happened that made him stop. So I guess we'll find that out hopefully in the episode tonight. But yeah, let's go ahead and listen to this recap a little bit.
Season has taken to get here, who everyone on this show is, and really just a cheat sheet to cover you before the first 2 episodes drop on March 4th. Now, if you want a fuller breakdown of each season of Daredevil from the Netflix era with all the Easter eggs and references in each episode, we are finishing up our Road to Born Again Daredevil rewatch series with the final
definitely going to check out new Rockstars from 2018
coming
awesome.
To the channel this weekend. Awesome. And we've been waiting for Daredevil.
Tommy says She-Hulk was such a disappointment and a waste of Tatiana. She's too good to be wasted. Yeah, I know, man. She's a great actress, an incredible actress. And I just think that the writing on the show didn't portray her in the light that they needed to. I think some of the funny stuff could have stayed, but I think they leaned too far into the funny. Like, yeah, it was too much. And let alone with the way that they've nerfed Bruce Banner as well. Like, man, like, you know, just seeing him pretty much losing to her in a competition like that. I don't know. I didn't like that. But yeah, he said Foggy better not die. 100% Foggy better not die, man. That's my guy. I think Foggy is like the everyman, you know, the guy who doesn't have the powers but knows the guy who has the powers and probably low-key wishes that he had the powers but doesn't have them and is trying to be as helpful as possible, but he always ends up kind of like helpless and in bad situations. So I'm really 100% hoping that he doesn't die. But yeah, I guess we're gonna find out.
We're going to be covering every episode with same night couch reactions, followed by next day Q&As over on the Break Room channel, followed by in-depth scene-by-scene Easter egg breakdowns back here.
Don't watch their channel, watch my channel.
So please subscribe to all the channels in the New Rockstars
subscribe
network.
to them, but just hang out.
Introduced us to Matt Murdock, the son of boxer Batlin Jack Murdock, a kid who gets blinded in a chemical accident. After Jack was murdered, Matt came under the tutelage.
I always love how they had like those radioactive chemical barrels just hanging out right there like that. Like, that was crazy. I know it was an accident and all that stuff, but it was just wild seeing that.
Of also blind mentor Stick, who teaches Matt how to make his way through the world as an agile fighter. As an adult, Matt settles in Hell's Kitchen, New York, as a devout Catholic and friend of Father Lantom, working as an attorney with best friend Foggy Nelson. These two running up a tab.
Foggy, like I said in one of my videos, go back and check out my recap that I did with all the interviews that have taken place recently with everybody on Daredevil Born Again. And I was saying, you know, like Foggy got his swag up this season. Like, look at this dude here, man. He is not, he doesn't have his swag where it needs to be, but like now he's like rocking the beard, like got his hair a little bit different. Like, you know, it's good to see the glow up on the guy, because yeah, he was looking kind of lame before. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping he sticks around.
At Josie's bar, while Matt patrols the streets as a vigilante known as the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. While this show originally streamed on Netflix and was produced by a different division of Marvel than Kevin Feige's Marvel Studios film division,
tuning in right now, we're doing a recap of Daredevil seasons 1, 2, and 3.
With vague references
watching
to the
a new Rockstars video and talking about it.
And that includes
drop a comment. Your comments will be shown on the screen.
Exploiting the rebuilding efforts after the 2012 battle, and that is what connects Matt and Foggy to Karen Page, embroiled in this Union Allied scandal, making
Karen Page. One of my favorites. Even when she was on what was the name of that show? True Blood. Yes. When she was the baby vampire on True Blood. Like, that was she was my jam even back then. So yeah, I'm really happy to see her back on here now. She better not die either. Like, I think I would rather lose Foggy than I would Karen Page. So I don't know. What you think, Tommy?
Making her a target to the criminal factions of the city, and we meet the chief of this group, Wilson Fisk, a wealthy man who, as a boy, hammered to death his abusive father, and a kid who ages up into a super violent crime boss who is obsessed with cufflinks and cooking his own breakfast, and, as we'll see in this season, his new art dealer girlfriend, Vanessa.
Yeah, man. I've heard, from what I understand, Vanessa is going to be running the criminal enterprise, while Kingpin is going to be handling things on the up and up, apparently, as he is mayor of New York City. So little early spoiler, but yeah, that's how it's supposed to be going down.
Also meet the helpful nurse Claire
watching right now, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, man. We're doing this every week.
Turk,
every week for
Detective Brett Mahoney, gear and suit designer Melvin Potter, and Fisk's ill-fated assistant Wesley, who gets gunned down by Karen. We also meet other criminal factions led by Owsley, the Russians, Madame Gao, and Nobu. This season has some incredible stunt choreography, including an iconic hallway long take sequence put together by Phil Silvera, who's returning for Daredevil Born Again.
If this is your first time checking out the channel, just know that I went and did a greatest hits as far as the fights in Daredevil, and we definitely recapped that fight and reacted to it, me and my wife, so that was dope. ABS, welcome. I appreciate it. It says, yo, what's up? Are you hyped for the episodes and what time they drop? I am beyond hyped. Like I'm legit over the top hype. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button right now, ABS. I appreciate you for jumping in. We're going to be doing each episode every week. We're going to be reacting to it live. So you'll be able to get your Disney Plus subscription, sync it up with me, and we'll watch it together and talk about it together and react to it together. Even if you can't watch it, you can hang out still and comment on it. So yeah. But yeah, Tommy dropped another comment, says, I will say this. It was disrespectful of the folks at Netflix to try and disconnect the Netflix show for basically no reason when the Netflix show did all the heavy work of staying connected to Marvel. 100%. I 100% agree with that. And from what I understand, they were going to go in a completely different direction with Daredevil Born Again. And Kevin Feige, who is the guy who runs the MCU, checked out the first like 2 or 3 episodes and he said they were horrible. So they went back and redid it from scratch and said that they were going to use the Netflix series as a base. And then they went, and because I guess Karen and Foggy wasn't even in it. So like they went and got them in it. They brought all that together and then they turned it into what we're going to start getting tonight. So yeah. And Tommy, like you said, listen, not Karen. Yeah. 100%, man. But yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. If you watch right now, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel 100%, please. Please do it.
Stick ends up returning in Matt's life, warning of an upcoming apocalyptic war with the Hand, showing he's not afraid to hurt a kid. While Wilson Fisk steps out of the shadows to clean up the city, he gets exposed
as the monster he really
is, and Matt beats him in a fight, getting Fisk imprisoned. We broke down the entire season, episode by episode, in this video.
One of the things that one of the big things that I want to see in this episode is what me and Tommy were actually talking about earlier, is if Matt was actually blipped or was he here on in the universe and he was one of the folks that was spared. So that's one of the big things that I wanted to see, and I'm really glad that Tommy brought that up. So yeah, I'm interested to find that out too. I also want to see where everybody else is. Like, where are we going to start this at? Are we going to have a flashback to like the blip? I love when they show what happened to people and like right in the moment of the blip. Like they did that in the Black Widow movie. So yeah, I love seeing stuff like that. But yeah, that's another thing that I really want to see. Thanks for hanging out again, ABS. I appreciate you.
Just a quick reminder that if you are so excited for Daredevil Born Again as we are, one of the best ways you can celebrate this amazing moment is to...
Oh man, we're not getting into that.
Okay, moving on to Daredevil Season 2. This season picks up with Foggy knowing about Matt's vigilante
behavior. See, look at Foggy, man. His swag is low.
We meet Frank
rocking
Castle,
the pink shirt with the man boobs, man. I don't know about that.
Family was murdered. Matt defends Frank Castle in his murder trial, but Frank says, I did it because I like
Frank Castle. That's somebody that I forgot about almost at this point. Like, yeah, the Punisher is honestly one of my favorite characters in all of Marvel. Like I used to drive a Hummer. Like my Hummer had a giant Punisher logo on it, but you know, that ended up getting co-opted by some other stuff. So I had to take that off when I got before I got rid of my Hummer. But yeah, man, I love the Punisher. I love what they did in his series. So yeah, interested to see where he was at during all this time, and if we get some of him in these first 2 episodes too.
Liked it and ends up in jail with Wilson Fisk, and Fisk uses Frank to start a prison riot, and Frank escapes in this. While Matt pursues a relationship with Karen, Matt's flame from his earlier years, Electra Nachios, returns in his life as Stick's other protege and their investigation of a pit being dug beneath Midland Circle.
Okay, yeah, for whatever reason, looked like the stream dropped out. Are we back yet? Are we back yet? Are we back up and running?
Operation deepens in the bowels of Midland Circle. The four heroes' paths cross as they work to stop the Hand, led by Alexandra, Sigourney Weaver, and the newly resurrected Elektra, now known as the human weapon Black Sky. Stick tries to help them with his group, the Chase.
I didn't really like the whole Black Sky stuff rogue and kills Alexandra.
The defenders successfully stop the Hand by bringing the building down upon the pit, and Matt stays with Elektra as she dies under the collapsing rubble.
We back up, Tommy. We back up. My bad.
I
don't know why we dropped down like that, but we back up.
Netflix also released 2 seasons of Punisher, and Frank Castle is returning in Born Again, and we just learned a Punisher special presentation by Marvel Studios on Disney Plus will air sometime around Born Again season 2. So we should recap this guy. Frank Castle was a Marine who served in Afghanistan.
Before they do that, let's check out these comments real quick. Tommy says, someone asked how come none of the Avengers showed up during the seasons of Daredevil, and I'm like, it's below their pay grade. And besides, they too busy with Avenger level threats, and we're not even in NYC. Yeah, I agree. They got other stuff to do. They had some, larger planetary threats to try to take care of. I would like to see more like lower level grounded groups, like, just like the Defenders were. Like, that was really cool. Like, I really feel like somebody like Spider-Man would fit in well with them. Like, if you wanted to do like a ground level, gritty, grimy, dirty, like street level Avengers group, and you can just have like the Defenders, throw Spider-Man in there. Who else will probably be good in that group? Punisher, just pretty much the people from this show. Sprinkle a little bit of Spider-Man in there. And yeah, I think that you get something that is a little bit different from the whole like larger universe type Avengers stuff, because if you have somebody like the Hulk and he's trying to fight Kingpin or something like that, it's gonna be over real quick. So you want to keep them separate, but you need to have a group that's able to band together to hopefully take on the threats that they have in the sort of local smaller area. Tommy says, I bet Hawkeye caught wind of the events but kept it low-key and maybe run into Deborah. You know what, that wouldn't shock me. I know Hawkeye definitely. Now see, if you wanted to get an Avenger that could be in the like lower street level stuff, Hawkeye would be perfect for that. 100% perfect for that.
And worked with a Black Ops group called Operation Cerberus that started to get too
If you're just tuning in right now, we are watching a recap of Daredevil seasons 1, 2, and 3, and having a chat and enjoying ourselves before we kick off the actual episode
legal counsel in Daredevil season 2. But after his escape from prison, we catch it back up with him in Punisher season 1 when he's found by Micro, a hacker played by Eben Masbakrak, who, yes, is returning to the MCU as Ben Grimm in Fantastic Four First Steps. And Frank Castle gets led on a deeper investigation to find those really responsible for the deaths of his family, and the city will now try to kill him for leaving them the blacksmith, Colonel Ray Schoonover. Frank gets his vengeance, but he's not done. In season 2, the devil from his past is his fellow former Marine Billy Russo, aka Jigsaw. The last we see of Frank Castle, he has now embraced his Punisher identity with his iconic skull vest as he mows down a gang of criminals. Now, Daredevil Born Again
the skull vest, I had it on the back, the thing that covers up your tire. I had that on the back of my Hummer, man. It was so dope, but yeah, that logo kind of got taken over by some other stuff, so I had to ditch it. But yeah, if you're watching right now, welcome to the chat. My name is JD. We are going to be hanging out and doing a watch party for Daredevil Born Again. Thank you for checking out the channel. Like I said before, we're going to be doing this each and every week. Every week, we're going to be hanging out here, watching the show together and talking about it. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like, I like sitting and watching streams where like people interact with me, and you can like sort of share the event, because this is an event. Like, for the MCU fans like me, like, this is an event. So I like stuff like that. I really hope that we get continue to have a good turnout, get some more people in the group, in the chat, and we can really continue to hang out.
Trailer footage has a reference to Luke Cage in the form of a Harlem's Paradise sign in Times Square. We're not certain if Luke Cage or Jessica Jones or if Danny Rand Iron Fist will appear in the series, but let's talk about these 3 characters. Jessica Jones had 3 seasons on Netflix, the first of which was very, very, very good. Jessica is a super strong and invulnerable private investigator at Alias Investigations, and she loves drinking. In season 1, she ends up fighting Kilgrave, the Purple Man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Jessica Jones season 1. Kilgrave was a awesome villain and underutilized, I feel. I wonder, I can't remember if he died or not. I'm sure we're gonna get to that on here, but yeah, at this point I can't remember if he died or not. Another villain that I enjoyed in the Daredevil Defenders sort of universe is Cottonmouth. Like I mean, as far as villains go, like you had the depth there, you had great acting. I know the Mahershala Ali is gonna come back and be Blade now, but yeah, like as a villain, Cottonmouth was amazing. So yeah, I'm sure they're gonna get into that a little bit on here too. But yeah, Kilgrave was
Perhaps
great. Jessica
one of
Jones
the
is cool too.
greatest Marvel villains we've seen on screen. He can control anyone's actions with a mere suggestion, and he is terrifying to watch. In this show, we also meet Trish Walker, Jessica's lifelong friend, who is a talk show host, and someone who gets a very odd villain arc in season 3 of the show under the name Hellcat. And technically, she remains imprisoned on the Raft, the floating island prison that
didn't
we
make
see
sense
in Captain America: Brave New World. This
And
show
I
also
feel like she
introduces
didn't
us
deserve to be on the
attorney
raft.
Jerry
Like, she
Hogarth,
wasn't
who
that
becomes
crazy.
Foggy Nelson's boss in later seasons of Daredevil. And we also in the show meet super soldier Will Simpson, aka Nuke. Jessica Jones is also how we first met Luke Cage, because they hook up and destroy a lot of furniture in Jessica Jones season 1. But Luke Cage got 2 seasons of his own on Netflix, exploring his role as Harlem's power man who underwent experiments at Seagate Prison that made him invulnerable and super strong. In season 1, he fights his half-brother Willis Stryker, who is also technically now imprisoned on the Raft, as well as Cornell Stokes and Mariah Stokes. Cornell Stokes was played by Mahershala.
Like I said, Cottonmouth, dope villain. Dope villain. I love villains that you can empathize with and that you can understand why they do the things they do. And he was definitely one of them.
Ali, who will be recast as Blade in Marvel Studios, hopefully someday. We also get to know Detective Misty Knight better on this series, and she ends up getting her biomechanical arm from the comics. This series...
Misty Knight is another one. Yeah.
Really ends with Luke taking over the Harlem's Paradise nightclub. So the billboard in Times Square in Daredevil Born Again is a decent indicator that
should be here later.
Here, or at least get referenced in this
thing.
corner of the MCU. Iron Fist also got 2 seasons on Netflix. The first one was very rushed and not beloved among the fans, but the second one definitely improved.
Second one was better. I felt like they made Danny Rand way too corny. They sort of put him out there like they just made him almost a joke. Like, Iron Fist is crazy. Like, Iron Fist is having the power of the Iron Fist is something that I felt like they had him sort of build up to, and then once he used it, he didn't really have to use it a ton, and then it came off kind of weird, like didn't look good. So yeah, I really hope that they do better by him moving forward. And like I said, if we get more defenders, it'll be cool to see that. I don't know if we're gonna have another season of Iron Fist or anything like that, but it'll be cool to see him back. I think I had read somewhere that they were thinking about doing Heroes for Hire with like basically a show with him and Luke Cage. So that would be cool. I could do that. Sort of a buddy cop type series. That'll be cool.
Proved. This show follows Danny Rand as a kid from a wealthy family who loses his parents in a plane crash but ends up becoming the immortal Iron Fist after receiving training in Kunlun. This series also introduces us to martial artist Colleen Wing. But we need to move on to Daredevil Season 3. This season saw Fisk's long con to get out of prison, regain his criminal empire, and reunite with Vanessa come to fruition. He cuts a deal with the FBI to inform on other criminal organizations and gets released into protective custody.
Let me see what Tommy says. Said they made him way too emotional, stuck in the past. And I get the story, but the writers and directors failed the actor. 100%. That you summed it up perfectly. And yeah, much better with Luke. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to have him be kind of goofy, you kind of need somebody who's more stoic for him to play off of. And like Luke Cage is perfect for that. So like, yeah, like you need to have him with somebody. And I think that dynamic fits that level of the character that we've seen before better. Now, if they go and change the character and make him more like he is in the comics where he's more serious, then you would have to have him sort of be probably with a different group, because yeah, him and Luke Cage won't really work together if they're both, super similar. But if you're going to keep Iron Fist the way that he is and almost have him serve a little more towards the comic relief, I think that you can get away with that, having him paired up with Luke Cage. If you're watching right now, welcome. My name is JD. We are watching a recap of season 1, 2, and 3 from Daredevil on Netflix, and we will be watching the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again coming up shortly. So please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button specifically, because we are trying to get as close as we can to 500 subs is my big goal. So we're at 339 to start the show. I don't know if we went up any, now or not, but yeah, I would really appreciate it if you did. And we are going to get back into this. And like I said, at the top of the hour, we will be watching Daredevil Born Again episodes 1 and 2. Can't show them on the stream, of course, but you can watch them on your Disney Plus and sit here and interact with us just like Tommy is doing. Big shout out to Tommy.
But the FBI overseeing this deal all end up in his pocket, worried about what he'll do to their families, and just do his bidding to take out all the other rival criminal organizations in the city. Fisk also figures out that Matt Murdock is Daredevil and frames Matt Murdock for various crimes using mentally unstable FBI agent Benjamin Poindexter, aka Dex, aka Bullseye, to do this by masquerading as a fake Daredevil. Dex is terrifyingly unwell throughout the season and ends up killing Father Lantom, and that's not even the worst thing he does. Foggy flirts with running for DA against Blake Tower this season. After we met Blake Tower in season 2 of Daredevil, we also learned Karen's backstory as a former drug dealer involved in the death of her brother Kevin in an incident with her violent boyfriend Todd. Dex crashes Fisk and Vanessa's wedding, leading to a super brutal final brawl that bloodies up Fisk's precious rabbit in a snowstorm painting. Matt restrains himself from killing Fisk and forces him to back down by threatening to imprison.
And the crazy part is that this painting that's in the background right there, you can see that painting in the new trailer for Daredevil Born Again. So like Wilson Fisk kept the painting with his own blood like spilled on it. Like, dude, I saw that. I was like, you think like, oh, if I was in my house and I got into a huge fight, I would get rid of everything that had like blood splatters and stuff on it. No, he kept it. Like it's right in front of his dining room table. So like he made that a feature part of his room. So like that's dope. That just goes to show you the maniac that this dude is.
Vanessa, because it was her who had ordered Dex to kill FBI agent Ray. They end up unmasking the fake Daredevil and they restart their law firm, rebranding it as Nelson, Murdoch, and Page. Also, since Fisk had broken Dex's spine, the very last shot of the season is Dex getting spinal surgery to fix it with the mysterious metal cognium. Now in the comics, it's adamantium, and the surgeon in the scene who does it is related to Lady Deathstrike from the...
Now I wonder, and I did a whole video on this. So go back and check out my channel. As I've said before, like I said, I hit all last week. We had a video drop every day that was had something to do with Daredevil Born Again. So if you're watching this or if you're catching the replay, go back and check out the channel because I got tons of Daredevil content on there. But yeah, there was a connection that can be made between Captain America: Brave New World and Daredevil Born Again, because they said that it was cognium, but they could always go back and say like, yeah, it goes by a different name now and it's adamantium, and we know that adamantium was found on Celestial Island in not Daredevil, in Captain America: Brave New World. So maybe we're gonna get this sort of like retcon to fit that. So that was just a theory that I saw somewhere and I talked about it, and it was a fun video. So go back and check that one out too.
The X-Men world. Captain America: Brave New World established adamantium in this universe as having medical applications just like this. So we will see if Daredevil Born Again might switch his spine back to being adamantium. While this upcoming Daredevil Born Again season carries the title of Born Again, this third season back on Netflix in 2018 was the truer adaptation of the Born Again 1986 comic storyline by Frank Miller. We break down season 3 episode by episode in a video coming out this weekend. Captain America: Brave New World is such a fun, paranoid political thriller. It does a great job of events across all sides of the aisle for a full picture of today's news. They've got an awesome media you the truth. Now, Netflix canceled all of their Marvel series. The big announcement coming with Daredevil season 3's release in late 2018. The final seasons of Jessica Jones and Punisher, which had already been shot, ended up getting released in 2019. And then we hit like a period of uncertainty. We didn't know what the future of these characters would be. But when it came to Daredevil, online campaigns surged to try to convince Marvel Studios executives to find a way to revive these characters in other Marvel Studios movies and shows. And it didn't take long. In November 2021, Marvel Studios released their 6-episode Hawkeye series on Disney Plus, which followed Clint Barton,
which was good.
And his
it was solid.
Kate Bishop.
I know a lot of people didn't like Kate Bishop and you know, I enjoyed the show. Like I took it for what it was. It was also Christmas related, so like that was pretty cool too. But yeah, I took it for what it was. I didn't go into it thinking like, oh my god, this is gonna be like Avengers level type stuff. Like, no, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Definitely liked it more than Echo, and I also definitely liked it more than She-Hulk. But that's not hard to beat.
Time as they dealt with the tracksuit mafia and their death assassin collaborator Echo Maya Lopez. Maya Lopez's father William Lopez worked
Watching
for the tracksuit mafia but was killed by
Daredevil
Hawkeye during his killer
seasons
assassin
1, 2, and
period
3 on
during the
Netflix.
Blip years earlier. After his
Thanks for
death, Maya
tuning
ended
in
up
to the
falling
channel.
under
Drop
the
a
wing of a
comment.
new father figure.
Say what's
William
up.
Foss,
Let me
who
know
is
where you
revealed to
from.
be the
What you
same
sipping on? I'm
Wilson
sipping on
Fisk
some water
Kingpin, who
today.
also we learn employs Kate Bishop's mother, Eleanor Bishop. The Hawkeye series establishes that Wilson Fisk has been active with the tracksuit mafia as far back as 2007. Therefore, by the time Matt Murdock realized who he was in the first season of Daredevil, Fisk was well entrenched in the city's criminal underworld. Now, in this Hawkeye series, at one point we see Kingpin rip a car door clean off its hinges, but he did not have that kind of superhuman strength in
Yeah, that was one thing I noticed too. Like we in the Echo show, you could tell that they were trying to, this is when they were at the point where they wanted to go a different direction from the Netflix series. So they had Kingpin almost be like superhuman at certain points. And then, you know, also I'm sure they're going to talk about in a second how he got shot in his eye and all that stuff too. So yeah, I saw that. And then also he was like kind of funny and like more, it was more comedic, just like it was with Daredevil when he appeared in She-Hulk. Like it was a much more comedic take on the characters, and it was much more of a sort of Disney Marvel kind of take on the characters, as opposed to the way things were gritty and grimy on Netflix. So I am really, really happy that they have supposedly steered closer towards the Netflix series and maybe even surpassed that as far as the mature nature of the show. So I can't wait to see like if it's really as dirty and gritty and grimy as they've said it is. So big shout out to our 4 viewers who are watching right now. I appreciate each and every 1, 2, 3, 4 y'all for hanging out with me right now. We need some more. Tell your friends. Oh, we got 5 now. Thank you. Please hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button right now. I'll stop the stream until you do. I'm kidding.
The Daredevil
But please
series on
hit that like
Netflix,
button.
he just wore body armor and was pretty strong. This series also introduces Jack Duquesne, aka Swordsman, Eleanor's new boyfriend and
I didn't really like
expert
his
fencer,
character.
and he is confirmed to return in Daredevil Born Again. Hawkeye ends with Maya Lopez realizing that Kingpin was the reason Hawkeye could get the drop on her father, and Maya shoots Wilson Fisk in the eye, but we learn he survived.
Yep. I don't know. I mean, that's crazy. Like to get shot in the eye, but survive it. Like, how did that happen? Did she shoot him with like a BB gun? Most people that get shot in the eye, like it's a wrap. But Tommy says, yeah, in Hawkeye, they tried to make him like his comic book counterpart, and it didn't work that well. In the comics, he's pure muscle. Yeah, I think that there's a way to pull that off, but everything that we've seen in the Netflix show was much more grounded. So it was like a jolt when he was doing more of the things that are more comic accurate. So I think if you would have started him off like that, like cool, but you already had this established universe and these same characters played by the same actor. So like you might as well extend that, especially since it was so critically received.
Now, in the same week that we got all this, Sony and Marvel Studios released Spider-Man No Way Home. When Peter Parker finds himself in legal hot water after Mysterio reveals his identity to the world and frames him for the damage to European cities, Matt Murdock steps in to legally defend Peter against his charges from the DODC. Matt successfully gets Peter's charges dropped, but is less successful with Happy Hogan. Actually, there was a deleted scene from that movie that showed a more tense legal exchange with the DODC on Happy's behalf. This movie also gave us a glimpse of Daredevil's powers when he catches a brick that's thrown through Peter's window. Now, No Way Home ends with Doctor Strange conjuring a memory wipe spell that made the entire world forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. The public did not forget that Spider-Man exists, they just forgot the identity of the kid who's under the mask. I bring this up because we have gotten confirmation that in episode 2 of Daredevil Born Again, Wilson Fisk will reference that Matt Murdock had defended, quote, a kid dressed like a spider. Now, Matt Murdock showed up next in the Marvel Disney Plus series She-Hulk in 2022, which takes place in the following year after the events of No Way Home. Now, No Way Home seems to take place in the calendar year of
Tommy says they should have just said the gun jammed when she shot him. That would make more sense. Yeah, they should have covered that a little bit better, because that just to think that he survived a gunshot like that, like that's it's a little bit unbelievable. Of course, we're talking about superhero shows here, so we don't have to sit all the way with like, okay, it's got to be 100% realistic. But that was a little far fetched and a little bit difficult to believe.
2024 from summer to November to December. So at this
Big
point,
shout
in
out
MCU
to checking
timeline,
out the
we'd be in
channel. We're going
calendar
to be
year
watching
2025.
Daredevil Born
LA
Again
area
real
attorney and
soon,
cousin
so
to
hang
Bruce
out.
Banner, Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, represents Eugene Patillo, aka Leapfrog, in a lawsuit against superhero suit designer Luke Jacobson, who
Rip it
also
and
has
rip
Matt
it.
Murdock
I
as a
love that
client.
dude,
In the
man.
courtroom, Matt and Jen debate the issue of superhero privacy, and Matt reveals to us that the Sokovia Accords from Captain America Civil War had been repealed at that point. Matt and Jen grab drinks where Matt references his law firm of Nelson, Murdock and Page, mostly now taking up.
Yeah, Matt was a little too he was a little too loose in that show. Like I didn't like it. Like I said, it was just different from what we had seen. More comic accurate probably, but like just different from what we had seen.
Pro bono cases in between a few high-profile clients. But we learn that Leapfrog has kidnapped Jacobson, and Matt suits up in a West Coast version of his suit with red and gold coloring, a reference to his classic yellow and red suit from the early comics, but also one could argue are the colors of his father Battling Jack's boxing robe. She-Hulk and Daredevil team up to stop Leapfrog and save Jacobson, and their romantic chemistry turns into a night of sex and a morning walk of shame for Matt. That should have been a wrap for Murdock, but the
See, and of course, like they did that whole stuff, like it was unnecessary. Like it was just super unnecessary to me. And I get it, I get what they were trying to do, but I just feel like it wasn't true to the character that we came to love.
way the She-Hulk series ended, Jen Walters breaks the fourth wall and breaks into the Marvel vault on the Disney lot in Burbank to demand that Kevin Robot retcon her storyline so that instead of dealing with like Hulk Todd and a predictable Hulk battle with the intelligentsia bros, she gets to hook back up with Daredevil. And Matthew Murdock literally drops back into reality like a Fortnite character and joins the family barbecue with Jen as they all have to look at Hulk's son's scars, awful haircut. Yes, we have to somehow mentally reconcile.
We don't even need to go into the whole scar stuff either. Like they're gonna have to do better. They're gonna have to do better. Like they just got to do better, especially if they're planning. Rumor has it to be doing World War Hulk at some point in time over the next like 2 to 3 years. They've got to do better. They've got to do better.
That the vigilante from the bloody R-rated world of the first 3 seasons of Daredevil suddenly found himself teleported like 50 feet in the air to reunite with his hulked out hookup on the West Coast. Is that memory now running through the mind of Matt Murdock on this upcoming season? I don't know, but I'm sure any New Yorker who spends a week in LA can tell you that this kind of thing is par for the course. Meanwhile, Wilson Fisk returned in the Echo Marvel Spotlight series in 2024. Daredevil also cameos on this show as we learn that Matt Murdock fought Maya Lopez at some point during her time working under Wilson Fisk after the events of Daredevil season 3, which now canonically must have occurred during the blip period, telling us that Matt Murdock survived the blip. But now in the present day, we follow Maya Lopez back to her hometown in Oklahoma.
That might be your answer, Tommy.
Fisk's crime operation extends far west of New York.
You hate that part?
Targets a train from Fisk's shipping company and uses it to bomb one of his warehouses in Brooklyn. This gets Fisk's attention, and he finds Maya in Oklahoma with an eye patch. He forces her to wear contacts that show augmented reality arms signing everything he says, and a technology he had developed so that they could freely converse without an intermediary. Fisk asks Maya to return to New York with him, offering his whole empire to her. When Maya comes to kill him, he shows her the hammer that he used to kill his father and asks her to use it to kill him, but she refuses. In the final battle of this series, Maya channels the powers of her ancestors and uses this power to touch Fisk's eye and his heart, reverting him to his childhood bedroom on a night his father was abusing his mother, seeing the peeling paint reminding him of the rabbit in the snowstorm painting. Now, it's not clear if Maya healed him fully, but Fisk...
I really wasn't feeling that ending either. Like, it was... I don't know. Like I said, it just wasn't true to what we had come to know and love about these characters. Like it was a very easy and convenient way to do an ending where they didn't have to actually fight or anything like that. My name is JD. This is Watch Stuff with Us. There is no us right here. There's me right now. My wife is at work. She will be joining us shortly. She's the Katie that you see on that side of the screen over there. But yeah, we are going to be watching Daredevil Born Again together. So get your Disney Plus ready. We got about 10 minutes before the show is up on the streaming service. I know I've done these a few different times, and it has been difficult to make sure that these streaming services get the shows out on time. So I'm hoping that Disney Plus doesn't do that. I know HBO Max has had a lot of difficulty doing that. And Okay, thanks for spamming your wallpapers. I hope you at least hit the like button on the stream before you did that. And as far as streaming the episode, no, I cannot stream the episode. I can't show it on TV or on YouTube because they will kick me off. I have tried everything I could to get around that type of stuff, but I cannot do that. So, but you can hang out with us and at least watch us talk about it and pull up your own Disney Plus subscription. If you go on to join Disney Plus right now, you can get a month for free. So that at least gets you through 5 episodes before you have to re-up.
Fisk is just left wondering what exactly Maya did to him. In the post-credit scene, Fisk returns to New York, planning to gather the heads, and reacts to a news broadcast about New Yorkers seeking a fighter as their next mayor. Now, you'll notice I did spend a bit more time covering She-Hulk and Echo, and that's really just because we do cover the Netflix season of Daredevil in the longer videos on this channel, and I suspect if you're watching this video right now, you might have skipped out on Echo and She-Hulk. Now, other important things to know about the MCU in recent years going into this Daredevil Born Again show. 1, across the Hudson in Jersey City, Kamala Khan is now Ms. Marvel, a mutant with cosmic hard light powers, and she recently teamed up with Carol Danvers and Monica Rambeau and Nick Fury to deal with the Kree zealot Dar-Benn. In the Marvel's post-credit scene, Kamala Khan teams up with Kate Bishop to start to form the Young Avengers. And I bring up Kamala because we know her father, Yusuf Khan, will appear on this Daredevil Born Again series. Next, Avengers Tower in New York City is currently being reconstructed by CIA Director Val into Sentry's Watchtower, and we'll see what happens
as long as you hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that like button. I got you.
Episodes of this first Daredevil Born Again series finish. Next, Captain America Brave New World established that Bucky Barnes is running for Congress in a federal district in the New York area, an election that we know he will win.
Now that is a movie I'm looking forward to.
So many of the people
Can't wait for Thunderbolts.
had Bucky Barnes on their ballot recently. Also, as I mentioned, Captain America Brave New World established that adamantium is now being widely distributed and traded and applied.
I saw Brave New World. Check out my review on the channel.
MCU. And finally, over in San Francisco, the PIM Company is now known as the Pim Van Dyne Foundation, an organization that uses PIM
episode is going to drop at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. East Coast Time.
The Pim Van Dyne Foundation
Trevor,
is sponsoring
just to let you know.
New Year's Eve celebration.
So we got like
and lastly,
6 minutes
in the MCU is copper colored as of the Marvels. This was part of a restoration project in Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't know if it's relevant to this Daredevil Born Again show, but if any shots show Liberty Island and Lady Liberty is copper colored, that would be why. It's also important to know going into the show, it's somewhat complicated development history. When this show was initially announced in 2022, it was going to be one 18-episode season, and other than Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio returning in their roles, it was not at all clear how, if at all, this series would connect to the 3 seasons on Netflix. Vanessa actress Ayelet Zurer was initially recast with Sandrine Holt. Set photos showed a different young actor playing young Matt, suggesting a retconned origin story for Matt Murdock. They reportedly shot 6 episodes of this version of the show before the labor union strikes halted.
Dang, I heard it was 3 episodes, but 6 is crazy.
Which
then
gave
it
Marvel
just
Studios
cut
time
it
to
all.
check in on the show's progress.
Scrapped it all.
Reportedly, at the urging of Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, the studio creatively overhauled the series, brought in a new showrunner, Dario Scardapane, Loki and Moon Knight directors Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, and brought back several team members from the Netflix era, including actors Deborah Ann Wool, Eldon Henson, Ayelet Zurer, John Bernthal, and stunt coordinator Phil Silvera. This reconceived version of the show was now 2 9-episode seasons, essentially a continuation of the Netflix run, but since it firmly establishes the Netflix seasons as MCU canon, it also implies that the somewhat wild swings taken in all of those shows, including Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones, are all also MCU canon. And it's just going to take us a while to sort all that out, but you know, it's MCU canon that the Statue of Liberty is brown and Matt Murdock dropped out of the freaking sky, so who cares? Now, we broke down the trailer for the season in January and how this season is going to explore Wilson Fisk as the newly elected mayor of New York City, as well as the return.
That's pretty much a recap of the first 3 seasons. There's one more thing that I wanted to watch, and it looks like they dropped a little bit of a teaser earlier today, so I wanted to check this out before we get going on everything and see what this was all about. Looks like we got about 4 minutes until the episode starts.
We all have many sides. Good, bad. It's not that simple.
It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature.
The only difference between hero and villain, salvation and destruction, is which side you're on.
Tonight, oh man, yeah, we have made it, folks. We got about 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left until the episode is up on Disney Plus. I got my stream, my Disney Plus stream right here. I cannot show the stream on the show, but if you are watching right now, we are going to be talking about it as the show goes on. So feel free to hang out, man. Hang out, join us, pull up your Disney Plus, and then I will give a countdown until the episode starts. And yeah, Tommy, 3 more minutes, 3 more, counting down. Oh, I'm super hyped, man. I didn't think I was gonna get this excited about it, but it's really cool that we get 2 episodes tonight too. So we don't have to, hopefully that the episode doesn't end on a huge cliffhanger, but hopefully like maybe the first one ends on a cliffhanger and then you get it resolved to some degree in the second episode, so we can get a real good taste of what goes down. Yeah, Disney Plus better not crash, man. If it honestly wouldn't shock me, only because I've done, like I said, I've done these, like I've done live streams for a bunch of different shows, and there was always a problem with trying to stream the actual show, and when it was time for it to release, for whatever reason it wasn't there, like it was delayed. Like, yeah, I really hope that's not the case, because I really want to get this one started. And yeah, of course, if I could show it, I would. I promise you. I never understand why people so trolled out of their minds ask if you're gonna stream this. This man wants to keep his channel. Jason, thank you. I appreciate you. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be doing live watch parties each and every week of this show. So we're doing it tonight. Next Tuesday, I'll be here 1 hour before the show starts, and we'll hang out and get this going again. So yeah, like you said, Jason, I can't show it. I don't understand why people ask me to. Like, I even tried things to try to get around that and circumvent it, and it did not work. And YouTube caught me, and they sent me a warning. So after I saw that, I was like, nah, can't do it no more. So I don't risk it anymore. But it is still cool to sit here and hang out and chat. Like I'll talk to you guys while we're watching it, and I'm gonna get full spoilers while we're watching it too. And it looks like I got a little bit of a special guest here. None other than the Katie and watch stuff with us, the other person in the thumbnail.
Watch stuff with us.
Yeah,
I'm the one that makes it us.
Instead of it's just watch stuff with me, because a lot of times it seems like it's watch stuff with me. There's a whole bunch of watching stuff with me.
There is.
But yeah, I'm glad that you're back.
I'm a busy lady, so I do my best.
Are you a Daredevil fan too?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the show? Have you watched the show? I'm just asking. I'm interviewing you. Yes, for the audience. I know the answer to
like,
this.
We've discussed this. Yes, I have. I did. I watched it way back when.
All right. Yeah. Jason says, "Good evening. What's up? What's up? What's up?" And I'm sure he's probably talking to you because you just showed up.
Oh, hey.
But yeah, we're gonna get started. I'm going to refresh my screen.
Did you want anything else to drink?
No. I'm good.
Fur babies.
Oh boy. Hold on. Cancel that.
Well, the girls and I
Another
are
one
watching
popped
this
up.
weekend.
I know. I will not be watching that.
National Geographic fur babies.
Okay. It says
There's
newly
that.
added. Oh man, first 2 episodes are up. All right, folks. I am going to have to take this off the stream, so I'm going to switch over.
Just our heads.
So yeah, I still got our chat up here so you guys can comment on the show as we go. But please do not start your streams yet. We will do a countdown, and then we'll count down from 10, and then I'm going to hit play, and then we can sort of be synced up. So the episodes are up, and we are going to get this started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, hit play. Hopefully it doesn't load all long. All right, spinning. 10 minutes into the show. Come on, man. Tommy, what happened, bro? What happened, man? Tommy said, I just don't want to see my man Foggy die when we were watching the pre. Got a feeling. Man, R.I.P. Foggy, man.
That looks scrumptious and
Yeah, I don't know
filling.
what that is, but it looks gross.
Is that Kingpin?
Yep.
I just want one asparagus spear, please.
Right.
Just a singular.
And some dry chicken fish, whatever that was. I don't know
like
what that
toast
was.
with like some weird goat cheese or something.
Yeah. Whatever it was, it didn't look good.
That's kind of art I want hanging around in my house.
Yeah. Oh, is that the guy?
Look like him. Truly look like him. Tracksuit Mafia.
Hmm. That's Kingpin's girl.
That way they are dressed the same.
Mm-hmm.
Or not dressed the same.
Maybe next week. Maybe next week.
They all Russian.
I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. What is this all about?
I don't feel like their relationship is all roses and sunshine.
Hmm. Oh, so they must be kind of estranged. But she was obviously still running things, though. He was always a simp for Vanessa, though, man.
Sounds winded.
I know he got shot in the eye. How's his eye still like fully functional and everything? Like
Well, I guess money buys
eyes,
normal looking things.
eyes.
Yeah.
Guessing that's what you need to run for mayor. The BB report.
BB1.
Can you turn it on your phone and like it? Okay. Daredevil off the scene, I guess. If you're watching right now, welcome to Watch Stuff with us. I'm JD.
I'm Katie.
And we are watching Daredevil Born Again episode 1 right now. If you want to join in and watch with us, we are about 25 minutes into the episode. Full spoilers, we will be discussing it. So hang out, drop a comment if you're watching it too.
I was gonna say, I feel like she's gone. She's not gonna come back after that.
Yeah.
She looked just
Yeah, she was
devastated
done.
and traumatized.
Yeah. Now, if he gets up and he's walking, obviously he's sitting up straight. Like, yeah, he definitely had to have like the super soldier serum or something. Something. Dang, man.
Why did he go by Foggy?
I don't
And
know.
why not Froggy?
Right.
Franklin, Froggy.
Oh, there she is. If you're watching right now and you have not hit that like button yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the like button. Haven't done this in a long time. In a very long time. Where's my button? Where's my button at? Where's oh, there it is.
Do it! Do it! Come on! Do it now!
I was gonna say, why is he not part of the case? But I can only imagine you can't really be that close to something like that. If you're watching right now, you want to join in with us, feel free to comment. We'll show you comments on the screen and talk about them. No, he gonna get out. Somehow, some way, I'm sure. Yeah, he can't force her though. Watching Daredevil Born Again episode 1. Spoilers, full spoilers. We just lost Foggy.
Sadness.
Yeah, I know. Bullseye going to prison. Life in prison. 11 consecutive lives in prison.
Yep. So if you make it through the first one, he's still there.
Marox or Marox. Big shout out. Thanks for tuning in. Why does this feel like a fan film? It almost does. It's definitely filmed differently from the way like the Netflix show was filmed. So I think it has that like more like lower level type feel to it. I kind of like it though. Do you like it? Hit that like button too. It's a demand.
Please.
Please and thank you. Hmm.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that's his horn. It broke off of
Oh.
his helmet. Yeah, I'm feeling it too, Jason. I'm definitely feeling it too. It's a crazy different feel than something that has been on Disney Plus before. So that's what I like about it. Huge shout out to everybody watching right now. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be doing these live stream watch parties every week for this show. Tommy says, I love the interaction between him and Paige show. They really tried to make a relationship work and it was working until Foggy died. Yeah, man. Mark said, it feels lower in quality. Like this is not what I expected from Marvel. The shaky cam in the start of the episode, plus with the fake smoke, just wasn't it. Okay, yeah, I can get that. I get that a little bit too. And it definitely looked different too. Like the city backdrop, like it kind of made it look real small. I think that's what they're going for though. Like a smaller, lower level type feel for it. So yeah, it's different. It's different. And that aesthetic is definitely going to turn some people off too. I was okay with it though. I'm willing to let it slide. Appreciate you for hitting that like button. I see the likes went up. Thank you, thank you. And subscribe too, since you're doing stuff for us. That is James Gandolfini's son. James Gandolfini is the main character from The Sopranos that passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his son there on the left.
I can tell.
Yep. Yep.
I didn't know he had a son that was in acting, unless this is his debut.
Yeah. Mark said, I want to know how they explain the Spider-Man where's Peter during this. Yeah, true. True. I think it's a lot to get to, and I hope we do get to some of that stuff as the series goes on.
Like that he has a little lisp.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Out there grinding.
Just wants to be part of the crew.
Yeah. I can respect that. I can respect that. Tommy says Spider-Man could be elsewhere. He does not need to be a part of this. I I don't know if he needs to be a part of it. It would be cool to just know that he does exist and is in the world. I think they've kind of touched on that a little bit in the past, so maybe we'll get some more references of his existence moving forward. I don't think the show needs to expand that big really fast though. Give it some time. Give it some time. I'm sure we'll get some breadcrumbs as the show goes along. Appreciate everybody for hitting that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We'll be covering this each and every week. Watch parties every week. I do like how they show his powers. Like this is shot cool. I like this. And how he can like tune and focus into like individual conversations. Like that's crazy. In the middle of all that other noise.
I know. Seems like he's trying to focus on that topic specifically too, because I can't imagine they're all talking about the same thing at the same time.
I like the debate that Tommy and Marks are having in the chat right now. Good debate. Good debate. Make sure you guys keep it civil, but good debate. I think I'm on the side of Tommy on this one, but I definitely understand where Marks is coming from. Because it did that background at the beginning did look a little jank.
It's just a different style.
It is different style. That's totally different style.
You just get used to it.
Yeah.
The filming's a little different.
Mhm.
The scenery's a little different, but characters are the same, so
Yeah.
we're the same.
Yeah. Right. Dang. If you are tuning in right now, we are at 37 minutes or so in the episode. If you want to watch along with us and comment on the stream too, because we get your comments on the screen, as you can see. Look at the body language change.
It's like the most laid blind man I've ever.
Right?
Ever
Always getting it, man. He even got a piece of She-Hulk. Remember that?
I remember.
Ain't no booty like green booty.
Sounds like you should see a doctor. Under the green booty. Sounds like some swamp butt.
Yeah, just slide me her number real quick. Thanks for checking out Watch Stuff with us. I'm JD.
I'm Katie.
We're watching
I'm
Daredevil
Lisa.
Born Again,
Mhm.
episode 1 right now. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button if you have not done so already. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of the episode as well. Tommy says, the CGI threw me off. I get they wanted to make Daredevil more like the comic, all acrobatic. Hope they fix that next season. Yeah. I think it's just the expectations that we have from what we saw before. Especially how he was like kind of soaring through the sky in the beginning. Like
That was, yeah, that's why I was saying it was more like
yeah,
like,
yeah, more
full
superhero-y.
action and- yeah.
Not as grounded. So.
No, it wasn't as realistic. It was
Yeah.
like,
And I get that. I get that.
hmm.
Hmm.
Seems like some
Trying to make
similarities.
some parallels here. I
Yep.
see.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Hmm.
He even talks funky like
Yep.
ours.
Yep. A vigilante. Like they didn't say that it was a bad vigilante. They just said a vigilante. So that's like looping Daredevil in with him as well. Treatment. Okay. So his premise is running on anti-vigilante platform, I guess.
Right up.
Mm-hmm. Face to face. Hmm. Hmm.
I'll eat that one asparagus.
Right. That's an interesting way to say you lost some weight. Like your step is lighter.
Guess you can't see. That's all you're knowing about it.
Yeah.
Sounds like the worst mentor ever.
Well, he was Echo's mentor. Remember?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yep. That didn't turn out well.
No. I just having this casual conversation.
Yeah. Old friends catching up. Mhm. I like that they're meeting and talking about this stuff too. That's crazy.
Just a casual
Mm-hmm.
get together.
Yep. I threw him off the building. Mhm. I like the tension. I like the tension. If you're watching right now, welcome. This is Watch Stuff with us. We're watching episode 1 of Daredevil Born Again. Drop your comments on what you think of the episode so far. We are coming up on the end of the episode. We're at 49 minutes in, so
It's interesting that he carries his friend's obituary or his friend's visitation
right,
card with him
right.
everywhere. Probably not the healthiest, but you know.
Yeah, yeah. Not the best. You got to be able to move on, I guess, at some point, but it's only been a year. I get it. Mhm.
So smooth.
Right?
Can't even see. So smooth.
Right? She probably liked him firming up on her like that.
Yo.
Hey, mine. Are you proud of me, Vanessa?
Plans.
I know. Why she look more evil than him now, man.
She was ruling everything for a while. She toughened up. You look scared of her.
No.
Are you scared of me?
Yes, very.
Did you say no?
I said yes, very.
Thought you shook your head.
Who was Adam?
She hooking up with somebody? maybe?
Creeping?
I'm not gonna kill him, but I might have somebody
Yeah,
else go do
right.
it for me.
Right? Interesting way to end it with them. Like,
And the spotlights were like doing total Batman
yep,
vibes.
yep.
Peace on the streets.
Hmm.
Lower cost of groceries and gasoline.
How those
When is
egg
that?
prices? How those egg prices looking?
Oh, Easter's gonna be hard. Be dying potatoes. Finally found one. It's got little eyes, little spuds shooting out. Been a few months. Lost that one. Peel those russets. I don't get it, buddy.
Hmm.
Something's gonna happen with them. They're gonna get kidnapped or something.
Something, yeah.
I don't think she'll get killed because there's no reason to.
No, not yet.
Let's make America great again.
Make New York great again. Ooh. Ooh. I know who this is. Get off of me. Get the fuck off of me.
Why is this so relatable?
Hmm. Mm. He hears the call.
Call to the wild.
That's dope. It's gonna keep walking, huh? Yeah, the red.
Why do they look pixelated?
Interesting. Interesting. I'm just gonna pause it just for 1 second, catch my breath. We'll do a recap at the end of the 2 episodes. There's a few different places who got access to the episodes early, so we'll watch one of those and do like a real quick recap by watching that and give folks a chance to comment. But so we're about to jump into the next episode. What did you guys think of that first one? Usually I give things on the show on a scale of 1 to 5. I would give that a solid. I give it a solid 3.5. Solid 3.5.
Not your fave.
No, I mean not that it was bad at all. Like it was a good solid first episode. I need to see more. I need to see more development. I like where it's going, but I don't want to jump to 4 right off the top. I could have went as high as 4, but I give it a solid 3.5. But yeah, we're gonna get started on the second episode right now. I just had to use the air horn. I've been itching for a reason to use it, and that'll be a reason to use it. So we're gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This one is called Optics.
How long is this one?
Getting sleepy.
Yes.
48 minutes, but that's with the credits. So
45.
yeah, about 45 minutes. And I'm going to skip the recap, folks. Skipping the recap.
Just watched it.
Yep.
My memory is a little worse
foggy.
for wear, but
A little foggy.
No. I can remember what happened in the last 40 minutes.
I kind of like that he still seems uncomfortable being the mayor. Like I said, Tommy, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. It was solid though. It was solid. What would you give it? I just started episode 2. Just started it. We'll do a bigger recap at the end. Oh, Punisher. Spider outfit. Oh, there you go. Spider-Man reference.
Devil Orange. Are all the episodes in the future going to be airing at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or released, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a certain Law and Order president that we have, right? Hmm.
Looked like he was gonna fight him.
I know. You could at least help the dude.
Well, I mean, he
Oh.
chose to get involved. He didn't have to, so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be one of them.
Oh, double O. He should have led with NYPD. I'm sorry.
You see?
Yo, he should have said something from the beginning. Dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. That guy who they were showing is the guy who plays White Tiger.
Oh.
So he's gonna be a vigilante as well.
Else.
Yeah, unfortunately the actor who played him, he passed away. Yep, like right after they finished filming this season, like he passed away, yeah. So yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but
Poor guy.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if there's going to be more White Tiger in the future, or
Well, yeah, well, yes, there's a lot of ways to do it. There were multiple White Tigers in the comics. So, likely there's going to be another one. And rumor has it, I heard a rumor, that they were looking, this is a while back though. There's a female version of White Tiger that ends up taking up the mantle of this White Tiger. And they were looking to have Jenny Ortega play her. Is it Jenny or Jenna? Okay, it's Jenna. Yeah, they were trying to do that, so
that's cool.
yeah, I don't know if they'll actually end up doing it.
Nobody
but
asked me. I would have liked to. But
oh yeah, you got it. We'll put you in there for next time.
Yes.
You're already white, so you're good.
There we go.
Just got to get the tiger part down.
I mean, I'm a Leo, so I'm a lion. Is that close enough?
Close.
I'd be a white lion.
Close. It's interesting how they've changed the discourse, because you got these quote unquote vigilantes who are out here for the most part helping people, but there's some people who don't agree with them, which is obviously the agenda that Fisk is pushing. So it does remind me of certain other political climates that we are involved in.
Yeah, we're from the great old US of A, so
Yeah.
just leave it at that. I think I'm gonna tap out on this one, guys, before I fall asleep.
I'm gonna make you watch this before next time.
I'm totally watching this tomorrow, but you don't want to see me just nod off on the screen. So
Yeah, you had to work today.
Day.
You had a long work day.
They air this, or they release this pretty late. I mean, to do two. It's not late, but you know, it's late for
somebody who's been up since 4.
Somebody who's been working and mama and all the things. So, yeah. Continue to watch Jeremy though. He's not going anywhere.
Yep, I'm here.
And he's you know, the better of us both. So, thank you though for hanging out with us, and don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, leave some comments, all the things. So we appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Thank you. And good afternoon, good evening, and good night. As I fall.
You gotta make a graceful exit.
That's why my mom calls me Grace. I'm anything but.
Oh.
Bye.
Love you.
I love you too.
All right, so now that she left, we can talk about Karen Page again. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, yeah, let's get back into this. Episode 2 now. 8 minutes and 30 some odd seconds into it if you want to start watching with me. Tommy, I hope you're watching the second episode already too. I know that she was actually his wife. I thought Vanessa was just like his girl. I wonder if we're gonna get some Punisher in this episode. Mm. That's crazy that he got framed like that. Oh yeah, I forgot Daredevil can probably tell if he's telling the truth or not. If you're just now tuning in, thanks for checking out Watch Stuff with us. I'm JD, and we are watching Daredevil Born Again, Episode 2, entitled Optics. And we are about 12 minutes into the episode. If you want to join in and watch with us, you can also comment on the episode as you watch it so we can comment and talk about it together. I mean, can you really just do stuff like this? Like if you're mayor, I guess it's like it's your city, so you should be able to do that. But there are procedures that you need to follow, right? That has to be tough for Matt because he can kind of sense when people are telling the truth and when they're lying, and he knows this, but he can't like prove that to anybody else. And I do get why the people who are also in the firm don't want him to take that case on because yeah, he would be against the cops. Like it's not a good look. If you're tuning in right now, we're watching Daredevil Born Again, episode 2, about 16 minutes into the episode if you want to watch along with me. That's a tough situation for Hector Ayala, man. Because you know that the cops, I mean, it might have been a situation where even if he was telling the truth, like who's going to get him off? Who's going to save him in a situation like that? So I understand why Matt took on the case. Yeah, man. I don't know how you're going to get a fair trial. Friends with political benefits. And that's what they calling it. If she was smart, she would have 2 phones. There's no way that they would have let her come in there and do that interview. Is BB like MCU canon? I like how they're now starting to set up like what the mold of the view of the season is going to be. You got all the background stuff out the way. You had something major happen in the first episode, and now you get into the meat and potatoes of what the season is going to deal with. Not after that comment. Hmm. So she seems like a decent person so far. I don't know if I've caught the full vibe of what's going on with her, but maybe there's something else there. And who was that dude in the audience? What did he play on? I know him from something else, man. Oh man, don't do that. Mm. Creeper. Don't do it to yourself. Hmm. Mm. This must be the funeral for the police officer. It's crazy that he has like detractors right to his face though. Dang. Dude, tell him like it is. Mm. Dang. Police commissioner has zero fear. All the big balls. Cause man, if I felt like that, I don't know if I could be calling a dude out to his face like that. Like that's tough, man. If you're watching right now, I really appreciate you for checking out the stream. Hit that like button, please. Helps out the channel a ton if you haven't already. We're watching Daredevil Born Again, episode 2. We are about 26 minutes in, about halfway through the episode, a little more than halfway. After the episode is over, we're going to do a breakdown of the episode as well. So stick around for that. Heather is kind of a baddie too, man. I'm digging her. Since she's digging that though, that makes me nervous, man. Hmm. So there's a lot of people apparently who know he's White Tiger, which I wasn't expecting. I mean, you think somebody who's a vigilante that they be keeping their identity pretty quiet, but Matt was able to find it out real quick and real easy. So, like you said, he knows the DA office will be able to do the same. Man, I could not go to prison. I'm sorry. Ain't no way. Especially for something I didn't do or something I wasn't trying to do. Like, he quitting, huh? I bet you he's not gonna let him quit. Hmm. Mm. Told you wasn't gonna let him go. Hmm. 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 I like these BB reports. King Savage says it's not showing up on my Disney Plus. Oh, it is there. It is there. I am watching it right now. About 33 minutes into the second episode right now. So refresh your Disney Plus. It should be there. Ah, so that was Matt doing that. Saw that in the trailer. Not in the East Coast. I'm in the Midwest, so I'm on Central Time. It came out here at 8 p.m. Central Time. But hey, I appreciate you for checking out the episode, though, man. Hit that like button and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I'd appreciate you, man. See the debate and the dilemma that Matt is going through. Like he want to go pick the helmet back up, but he also don't want to get involved again because he got hurt. Don't want to get other people that he cares about hurt too. Like I get it. I get it. It's like the basic superhero conundrum that they run into. Once again, as I said, man, it's definitely shot different. It looks different. And I know they did that because they want to make it look a little bit different from the Netflix version. So I get that. Isn't that dude? That's the other cop, isn't it? Mm. That dude, man. Something's up with that creepy dude, bro. Something is up with him. Whoever that guy was that she was that wanted to meet with her. Huh? Oh. So she gonna be their marriage counselor? What? Hmm. Took over the business. All right. Hmm. I did not think we were gonna get Fisk marriage counseling in this episode. Hmm. Interesting. Mm. No, they're gonna blow him away. Hmm. 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 Ooh, we got the new Punisher logo on there, huh? Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Oh. That face. Oh. Woo, woo. He said, "You don't want to do this." Oh man. Fuck. Yep. Ooh. All right. 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 All right, so that was Daredevil Born Again episode 2. I mean that's a good premiere for both of those episodes. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That set up the season, I feel like, really well. There's so much going down, so much going on. Um it's gonna be a heck of a time trying to recap all of this stuff, but I am going to use a um a reaction that I'm seeing from, well, not a reaction, it's a recap that was done by IGN. I think that's the one I'm gonna go with. Um, but yeah, I might go with that one. Let me see if we get a few more people that decide to trickle in. But yeah, that was dope. That was dope. That was dope. That was dope. So if you watching it or if you've watched it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Um, we will look at one. Yeah, I know, Tommy. Episode 2, especially that ending and the way he yelled like that, like like, oh man, yeah. I think I liked episode 1 did a lot of setup. I feel like episode 2 came with more of the progression of the plot. Like the first episode just laid out where everybody was at, what's happening, what's the major themes um for the series. But then episode 2 came in and it like set up this season, like the season arc of what's gonna happen. So like we got all caught up, we knew what was going on, where everybody was, how the relationships were, and then episode 2 came in and started actually pushing the story forward. So like, yeah, that was dope. That was dope. Tommy says I'm locked in and the devil is clawing. Yeah, man. That you can see the whole time he was trying to like hold, he's been trying to hold it back. And I think a lot of people can kind of relate to that. Like, you know, like I work in a corporation, and I feel like those people there, they know a part of me, but they don't know where I've been, they don't know where I'm from, they don't know the stuff that I have to hold back sometimes. And like I can kind of relate to that, not on a Daredevil type level, but just knowing that yeah, you know, there's more there and you got to hold it in. And you could tell that he said F it at the end of that episode and said like the dude put the gun to his head and said, he just said, you don't really want to do this. Like and the guy probably thought like, yeah, you don't, he was saying like, you don't want to kill me. But what Daredevil Matt was saying was that you don't want to do what's, you don't want to get what's about to happen to you now. So like, yeah, that was dope. That was dope. That was dope. That was dope. I think we are going to give it like maybe another 2 or 3 minutes and see if we get any more people who come in and want to talk about the episode. But we are going to watch a reaction to the episode. We can do a couple of them. Let's start off with one that I have found from IGN. I think it was an IGN one. Man, some people have already watched the entire series. Like, how do these folks get access to this like this? I know they send out that type of stuff, but man, yeah, how do I get down? Tommy says episode 2 was a pullback into the Netflix series. The first episode was still great, but you can tell episode 1 is what Marvel was trying to do with new direction, and you saw the holes in it a little. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. It definitely had a different feel that first episode, and the second episode had much more um of the old school Netflix feel to it. So yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. It was it's a good story though. You got to see more of the brutality that personally I look for when it comes to a Daredevil series. But yeah, man, that was it. That was it. Yeah, let's watch a little bit of this recap. And then we can kind of talk about things as they go. So let me cue this up. Man, my internet is running so slow. All right, got that queued up. Let me switch my screens a little bit. All right, I'm gonna shrink this chat just a little bit. All right, let's do this. So, Daredevil Born Again episodes 1 and 2 have just dropped, and we're going to recap them right about now. So, yeah, you see that spoiler warning over there? We definitely gonna get into deep spoilers on this episode. So my name is JD. This is Watch Stuff with Us. I appreciate you for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment below, and hit that notification bell so that you are notified each and every time we go live in 2025, which will be for each and every episode of Daredevil Born Again. So make sure you tune in. 7 p.m. Central Time is when we will start. That's an hour before the episode is released every Tuesday. So man, make this your home for Daredevil. You can watch the show along with us. But we're going to talk about episodes 1 and 2 real quick. And we will use this IGN video recap as a way to discuss some of the things that went down. So let's kick this off real quick.
Before we begin this review, a word of caution. Spoilers for the first 2 episodes of Disney Plus's Daredevil Born Again follow. You have been warned.
Spoilers.
Marvel Television's 2-part premiere of Daredevil Born Again starts with an all-time great superhero brawl, as if to assure fans that, yes, Daredevil is back, just like you remember.
The thing that got me with the brawl was like the knives sticking out of Daredevil, man. Like Bullseye was letting them have it. Like, and Bullseye isn't one of my villains that I'm like, oh, you know, I love Bullseye. Like, I don't really know if there's too many people out there who really just say that they love Bullseye. But like, man, yeah, he was giving it to him. He was giving it to him.
The Resurrected series is a worthy continuation of the Netflix show and picks up where Season 3 left off, essentially making this retitled series a de facto Season 4. No time is wasted as Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock is dealt a traumatic blow and faced with the unexpected return of his greatest nemesis, Wilson Fisk, once again played in a bone-chilling fashion by Vincent D'Onofrio.
I wonder if
Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio kills it as Wilson Fisk, man. Kills it. Like it's I can't imagine anybody else in that role at this point. That's how much he kills it. Yeah, just he does it, and he does it in a low key, like menacing type fashion, where you know that there's so much just simmering below, and you don't want the man to explode. But I can't wait to see it when we get him to explode at some point in this season 2.
your darker half would agree.
Though Born Again lacks some of the nuance of the original, and its story seems to be a retreading of some familiar ground, its new twist on the Murdoch-Fisk rivalry makes it very much a devil of a good time.
I will admit, it's not entirely unpleasant seeing you again.
Yeah, that meetup that they had was good too, just to see them knowing that they despise each other, but they're able to have a conversation that's somewhat civil with all the deep undertones there, and the hatred that was underneath the surface was good. Great acting by both of those guys.
Things start on a relatively happy note for Murdoch as he enjoys drinks with longtime friends Foggy
Yeah, as
Nelson.
soon as I
and
saw this,
Karen
I knew it
Page.
was
It's a law of
somebody was
nature
gonna
that
be
Matt
gone.
Murdoch cannot have sustained happiness, and it's not long before all hell breaks loose thanks to a returned Benjamin Poindexter. This is Poindexter as we know him in the comics, Bullseye, the sociopathic costume assassin who kills whatever object is within reach. Watching him go toe-to-toe with Daredevil in a knockdown, drag-out fight, employing razor-sharp knives and weaponized billiard balls feels like seeing a comic book come to life. That it's all a seamless one-shot sequence that tracks their movements through a bar and into the apartment building above makes it even more impressive.
I'm gonna have to go back at some point and rewatch that just that fight scene, because I didn't have enough time to take it all in But man, that was great. That was great. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and check that out.
Impressive. It is
And it was a little different. Like I said during the live stream, just seeing the sort of different way that it was portrayed and filmed and shot differently from the Netflix show was a little bit different. It was kind of off-putting in the beginning, like the background looked a little fake, and like it was a little off-putting just because it was different. But after a while I settled in and I realized that they're trying to make it a little bit more comic booky as opposed to as grounded as the original series was. So I get that.
beyond sad watching Murdoch lose his best friend Foggy after all they've been through. And it's truly surprising to see Murdoch try to kill Bullseye given how he let Fisk live at the end of season 3.
Now that was true. Like it was cold-blooded when Daredevil decided to just throw Bullseye off the roof. Like he's like, you killed my guy, and just literally just tossed him off the roof. So yeah, I don't know exactly how Bullseye survived, but he did. I know we were talking about in the chat as we were watching was that it was probably Poindexter, or I'm sorry, it was probably a super soldier serum or something that he had during that surgery that allowed him to survive that fall. But he definitely survived. Went all the way to trial, was walking at the trial. So yeah, obviously there's something going on. There's something there.
Then it's a deal.
But if anything was going to push him to break his most important vow, it would be Foggy's death. The tragedy sees Murdoch abandon the mantle of Daredevil and fully commit to being a benevolent lawyer who doesn't go around punching criminals at night, which makes things all the more difficult when Fisk returns not as a kingpin of crime, but as something far more dangerous.
And I mean, of course, you knew that he was going to eventually, and is eventually going to turn back into Daredevil, but somebody who's a vigilante, I can't imagine the feeling of having that sort of pressure on you at all times, knowing that you got to take care of all these people around you, the people you don't know. Then you got to also protect the people that you do know because you don't want anything to happen to them too. So I get why you would step away, but also knowing him and his character, you knew that he was eventually going to get his hands dirty, let us say.
A politician.
You're a real man of the people now.
It's this new dynamic of attorney Murdoch versus Mayor Fisk that makes Born Again feel so exciting and unpredictable. The way the first episode closes with these two unstoppable forces on an inevitable collision course, epic. Normally we have to wait a while before Murdoch and Fisk share the screen, but I'm glad we get right to the good stuff this time around.
I agree.
Watching these two longtime enemies have a
it was nice
civil
seeing that happen
conversation
right off
at a
top.
diner is a real treat. The tension is so high, there may as well be a stick of lit dynamite on the table. And miraculously, they don't come to blows, and instead try to see the best in one another, while also laying down some not-so-veiled threats.
You don't seem entirely convinced.
Can you blame me? Considering you've tried to kill me a few times over the years.
There might have been a time where convicted felon winning a prominent political office would seem unrealistic, but in 2025 it feels ripped from today's headlines. That said, the show sidesteps any specific real-world politics and instead focuses on exploring themes of empowering bullies and the responsibility one has to stand up to them.
By the look of it, you've come up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
While the story of the public defender Murdoch taking on Mayor Fisk is fresh and juicy, other elements of the story feel a bit stale. Didn't we already do a story about Murdoch wanting to give up being Daredevil in season 3 of the Netflix show? The one that's partially based on the comic arc that gives Born Again the subtitle? The details of the situation are different here, but
I was going to say the details are definitely different, and I understand why. Even if, okay, let's say that he does, he did want to step away. I got why he wanted to step away then, and I got why he wants to step away now, or wanted to step away now. I mean, he lost his best friend. Like, that would make anybody reconsider everything that they have going on. So I get why he would want to step away.
some of the bigger ideas being explored feel like a rehash. Maybe they should have just called it Daredevil Born Again again.
Yeah.
There's a real sense of satisfaction when Born Again makes it known that it's a genuine part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the years since we last saw this version of Daredevil, he's shown up in Spider-Man No Way Home and on She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Like I said before, we're not going to mention his appearance in She-Hulk. We're just going to act like She-Hulk never happened. What's a She-Hulk?
and Echo, where Fisk also appears, following up D'Onofrio's encore of the character in Hawkeye. Now Born Again even has Mayor Fisk making a reference to Spider-Man, something we thought was impossible only a few years ago. This may seem like a small thing to the casual viewer, but to longtime Marvel fans, it just feels good to see the Marvel Universe made whole. Curiously, even though—
I agree. I mean, the only thing that would make it better is to see both of them sort of share the screen at some point. I am 99.9999999% sure that that is not going to happen in this series, but maybe in one of the movies we'll get a Daredevil and Spider-Man team up. That would be kind of cool.
Though dealing with New York City's vigilante problem is the main plank of Mayor Fisk's platform, there's no mention of the United Nations superhero regulation laws, aka the Sokovia Accords. Murdoch did mention that the laws were repealed during his guest role on the She-Hulk series, but still, one would think Fisk would use these accords as a precedent to establish his version of law and order.
Just one of those days, I guess.
The second episode of Born Again introduces us to a new vigilante called White Tiger, who began operating in the time since Murdoch retired his Daredevil persona. The story of Hector Ayala in the comics is a complex one, and the show is so far doing a good job adapting his tragic case of wrongful imprisonment.
Yeah, the whole White Tiger Hector Ayala story is pretty cool. I was not super familiar with the character. Like, I vaguely remember reading some of the comics that involved him when I was younger, but wasn't too deep into the lore, into the story. I know that the actor who portrays him in the show has passed away. I guess he was sick during filming, but was able to finish the filming and did actually pass away after it was done. So rest in peace to him. But I enjoy I enjoy what we've seen of him already. I thought the death of the police officer and the way that that was shot and the way that that was showed, like, that was dope. That was shot very well. And you could feel the intensity in the way that it came out. So yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that aspect of it. But yeah, I can't wait to see more from him.
And hearing Murdoch chastise Ayala for going out at night looking for trouble as a vigilante is real rich. Whether he realizes it or not, handling this case is forcing Murdoch to confront some things about himself, and it coats every exchange with an extra layer of meaning.
Exactly what kind of a lawyer are you? Really good one.
Things come to a head when a pair of corrupt cops try to execute Murdoch. Cox does a phenomenal job playing the escalation of this dire situation. You can see how much it genuinely pains Murdoch knowing he's being forced to break his peaceful streak. And when he does, he absolutely explodes on those two poor guys and rips them to shreds with a horrifying savagery. This scene once again reinforces—
Yeah, that the scene, I don't know if it was in the trailer or if they're gonna show it a little bit on here, but the scene where he takes the cop who had his partner killed and like threw him down on the ground, and like dude landed neck chest first, and like his legs like oh man, like just intense, man. That's what I was looking for, even more so than like the arm break or elbow break. Like that was bad, but seeing him being thrown down like that.
This is Marvel's pledge to keep the show just as mature and violent as it was before.
That was it right there.
While the main thread about Murdoch and Fisk
and
is
that
strong
scream
and
at the end,
there is a noticeable lack of interesting supporting characters so far. Not a Wesley or Agent Nadeem in sight. It's hard to feel invested in Murdoch's detective friend.
I don't know if I agree with that. I like the supporting characters. I think that the supporting characters are supporting right now. We don't know a ton about them, but I feel like we got what we needed out of the first two episodes, and those first two episodes needed to focus on the people that we knew. I think they're slowly introducing the other folks in the show, and as the season goes on, they're going to play a bigger and bigger role. But yeah, as we're going now, I don't think that through two episodes we needed to have so much, context to the people who are also in the episode or also in the show, the supporting characters. I don't think we needed a ton of that, and I think what we got was enough.
Or his new lawyer partner, who seems to exist merely to provide bits of exposition. Poindexter made for such a fascinating character study in season 3, yet here he's been reduced to a one-dimensional baddie, and that's a bit of a letdown.
I'm putting the hatchet down.
I do want to see more Bullseye.
There are plenty of episodes to go for all that to be remedied, of course. A couple new faces do show some promise, such as Murdoch's new romantic interest, who happens to be Fisk's marriage therapist, and a young video—
Yeah, now that was a heck of a twist right there, to see that Matt's new flame, I guess we can call her that, Heather, ends up being the marriage therapist for Vanessa and Wilson Fisk. So that was I was not expecting that. I knew that there was something going on, and I knew that somebody was going to show up there, but I was not expecting it to be Wilson and Vanessa. So that was definitely interesting. Also, the guy that wanted the book signed from her, he was a younger guy, and said that she ended up giving him her email address. Like, I don't know where, but he's gonna come back, and that dude is creepy. Maybe that's Muse. I don't know. Might have just made a connection right there. We'll see, though. We'll see. I don't know that one for a fact, but we'll see.
Journalist who interviews Fisk not knowing he killed her uncle with his bare hands. So we'll have to wait and see how their stories develop. Regardless, Born Again feels properly nestled within the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe while still maintaining Daredevil's mature tone and fantastic lead performances. And at the onset, getting that right is what matters most.
Hell yeah. Sir.
Thank you for finding the time.
Daredevil Born Again does a bang-up job with Ol Hornhead's long-awaited return. The show captures the signature drama and brutality of Netflix's Daredevil series while taking the story of Matt Murdock and
R.I.P.
Wilson
Foggy.
Fisk in a bold and surprisingly topical new direction. It's to Marvel's credit that they set up such a gripping face-off not between Daredevil and Kingpin, but between their civilian-facing personas. But for all the new show does right, there's still a few quibbles to be had. Mainly, the lack of supporting characters who pop up in the first 2 episodes, and the fact that we are, yet again, getting a story about Murdock giving up being Daredevil. For more TV reviews, check out what we thought of your friend.
All right. Let me switch screens real quick. So yeah, that was definitely interesting. I would have to say that if I had to rate the episode, I would give it, or if I had to give the group of episodes a rating, it would be a 4 out of 5. I usually do 5 stars for my ratings. I would give both episodes combined together a 4 out of 5. I think that the first episode was a 3.5. The second episode was a 4.5. So let's sit right in between there at 4 total stars for that episode. So yeah, it was good. I felt like the pacing was good. I felt like the background that they gave us in the first episode was great. I feel like the story progression that we got in the second episode was great too. So man, I'm beyond excited to continue to watch this show. Make sure you continue to watch this show with us. Each and every week, every Tuesday, starting at 7 p.m., we will be on live, breaking down the episode and as a preview. And then once the episode starts airing, we will be on and discussing that episode and watching it together. So you can be a part of that. All you gotta do is hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment below. I air all the comments on the screen and talk about them with everybody too. So I appreciate you for checking this out. And I will see you when I see you. Peace. All right. So yeah, that was dope. If anybody else is checking out the stream right now, go ahead and jump in and get your last comments out there, because I'm going to go ahead and end this shortly. Got to shut it down. Got a long day tomorrow. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed hanging out tonight and streaming this with everybody. Big shout out to everybody who showed up in the chat. I don't have all the names, but I can scroll through them real quick because it wasn't a ton of us. But big shout out to Tommy. You was the MVP tonight, bro. I appreciate you, man. Make sure you come back next week. I need somebody to chat it up with. Big shout out to Marx. Big shout out to King Savage, who was out here for a little bit. Big shout out to Jason from Be More. Thank you for coming by the stream. You were the second MVP of the show tonight, so I appreciate you for coming out too, man. Big shout out to Trevor, Kanan S. Big shout out to you too. I appreciate you guys for checking out the stream. ABS, big shout out to you too. Big shout out to my co-host Katie, who decided to go shut it down because she was exhausted. I know it was a long day for her. But yeah, just dope show overall. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you have any more comments, like I said, drop them right now, because if we don't start talking soon, I'm gonna end the stream. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody for hanging out tonight. Check out the rest of the stuff that we have on the channel. I don't say this lightly, but we have between our videos and shorts, I would say we probably have close to 300, 400 some odd videos and shorts on the channel. There's likely something else besides Daredevil that you would like, that we have watched and reacted to. A lot of people don't understand like the reaction stuff. Like, how could you go back and watch and want to see what other people say about it? Like, that's the community aspect of TV that I enjoy and movies that I enjoy. And there's a lot of other people out there that are the same. So if you like that type of stuff, go check out our channel. Scroll down that list and see all the different shows that we've covered, especially the Marvel and DC stuff. We've covered almost all of that. So check it out, and I appreciate you for doing that. And like I said, if you guys want to talk a little bit, I'll hang around for a few more minutes. What did you think? I see we got some folks watching. What did you think of episode 1 and 2 of Daredevil Born Again? Drop your comments right now so I can put them on the screen and we can have a little bit of discussion before we shut the stream down tonight. Have to put on like a minute timer. If we don't get a comment in a minute, then shut it down. But yeah, I truly enjoyed it. It was a fun night. It was fun having conversation with folks. It was fun watching the show. If you're here, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for hanging out, and we will do this again next Tuesday, 7 p.m., 7:30. I'm not exactly sure what time we're gonna do it at, but keep your notifications on so that you are notified each and every time we go live, which will be next week as well. So, as I always say, I will see you when I see you. Peace.